What's up, you guys? It's your girl Tiffany Monet, and we are back with another vlog. If you are new here or returning, come on in, get comfortable, and make sure that you like and subscribe. So we're doing a weekend reset on this vlog. I'm going to show you guys how I reset my home on the weekend and just prepare for the following week. So I start off by making sure that I get my essentials in the morning. Guys, we got to hydrate. It is hot these days, and so we have to hydrate. So I always wake up and make sure that I fix myself a Stanley cup of alkaline water. And then we're going to head on out and get some errands done. We're going to make a grocery run to one of my favorite stores. If you live in Texas, then you know all about HEB. And that's why I try to primarily grocery shop, just because they have fresh produce and everything is typically bought locally. And so I ran in there and grabbed a few things that I'll need through the week. We also went through the car wash because, like I told y'all before, we pay that monthly subscription, and so I go through the car wash at least once or twice a week just so I can make sure that I'm getting my money's worth. While at the grocery store, I just grabbed a few goodies that I know that will be easy to grab and go since I'm heading back to work. I am a school teacher, if you haven't saw that already. But yeah, I grabbed some things that I can just throw in my lunch bag in the morning and take with me, and I'm a big snacker. I like to take things out of the containers if possible, just so that it saves me room. So with these ice cream treats, I do dump them out the box. But I also tend to find things in my refrigerator that I no longer need when I'm putting new items in, and so I tend to empty it out as I go. I got these wines, you guys, because going back to work this week, I have to stock up on wine. That's just me. I'm going to have a glass or maybe a bottle on my first day back. So yeah, I went ahead and went with one of those Moscatos that I got from HEB. I don't know the name of it. I should have caught it. It's a staple in my house. And then the Blackberry Stella Rose, because y'all, it's good. But if you're anything like me, when you're going into your kitchen or you're going and putting up groceries, you tend to think of all the things that you no longer need. And so I went ahead and emptied out some containers from things I had previously put in the refrigerator, and I realized I'm not using. So let's go ahead and clean that out while we're restocking. And same thing pretty much goes for my pantry. I got these chip hangers off of Amazon because I just know that I eat a lot of chips, like I told you guys. And so I needed something that would make it easy accessible, and then also clean up that pantry a little bit because I hate having the chips just laying around. So that kind of lets me pick what I want and makes it a whole lot easier. But then I proceed to go ahead and clean out the pantry while I'm restocking as well.
We never said exclusive. I just promised you my time, and I'm giving it to you, babe. So why you being accusing? Your emotions.
We're going to go ahead and wash those dishes since we are in the kitchen already. I try to go ahead and touch and go on things that are in close proximity while I'm cleaning.
Was a one-time thing. No bullshit, no lie. I swear I'll try to give you my everything. Baby, can't you turn up like that?
I did order some bottles off of Amazon. So I saw this at a friend's house. The refrigerator was stocked with these. And so she buys the bigger containers of juices and things like that. And she has these little containers or these little bottles that she got off of Amazon. And I thought, let me try that. They're reusable. And so she fills them up with juice, and it makes it a lot easier. A lot of things that I buy, such as tea and these lemonades, they come in the big cartons. And so it makes it a lot easier when I buy the bigger one and place them in a smaller container. Super easy for grab and go. Another thing that I have in my house as a staple are Airwicks. It keeps my house smelling great, fresh, and eliminating any odors that may be there. And so every 2 weeks, I make sure that I restock those. I try to get the bigger pack from Sam's. I believe it comes with 10, and it makes it a lot easier. And as we're cleaning, we got a ring at the doorbell, you guys. If you watched a previous vlog, you saw that I got that Beauty by Drew chair, and just to even out the room, I went ahead and got another one. So we're starting off cleaning upstairs. I went ahead and fixed up my guest rooms. I did recently have guests, and so I went ahead and spruced those up by changing the linen. I love to steam, you guys. I love to steam my sheets, and so I do it in my guest rooms. I don't have to do it as often in there. And so I went ahead and steamed those sheets and the comforters and spruced those rooms up, so whenever I do have guests come again, they're ready to go. I love finishing off with the Dr. Teal's lavender spray. I do that in my bedroom, so I do it in the guest room as well. I went ahead and wiped down the televisions with Windex electronic wipes. So these are Windex wipes, you guys. It's specifically made for electronics. I don't know of any other cleaner I would really use on these, and so I try to play it safe to keep from damaging the TV. But I did wipe down all televisions upstairs. All right, next we're getting into vacuuming. Something about those lines. I have to see those vacuum lines. So I can hit a room, but if I had to walk across it or if I had to maneuver in a way that those lines are not appealing to me, I'm going to run it back because I have to get those vacuum lines. It just gives me that sense of cleanliness. When vacuuming, I do like to move the furniture so that I can make sure that I get everything, just any snacks or anything that's fallen in between the cushions while Gianni's been upstairs playing. I don't use this space too often, so when I do come up here and clean, I have to make sure that I'm cleaning up from others.
She just gotta stop all the faking, and she'll be there. But she's wondering if it's gonna feel.
So I was totally against these entertainment systems, you guys, but when I moved into this house, this wall was big and blank, and so the only thing that I could think of to make it cozy was the entertainment system. Now, if you are like me and you have a PlayStation or anything else that's being utilized, a gaming console in your house, how do you deal with these cords, you guys? That's my biggest thing. I did have cords in other rooms tucked behind the walls, but I feel like with the PlayStations, they tend to move those around more frequently, and so I really wasn't sure how to handle those cords, and so as you can see, they look a hot mess. I do like to freshen up the blankets that I have upstairs, and so I went ahead and took those down and threw those in the washer so they can be fresh next time we're up there hanging out. Next, let's hit this bathroom. Okay, you guys, I am not one of the girlies that are afraid to get their hands dirty. I am perfectly fine cleaning the bathroom. A lot of people aren't, but I don't necessarily need gloves, but I do end up using some because this is not an area that I use, so it is of other people's body fluids, I guess you could say. But I like to clean all the counters off so that it can make cleaning easier. I go ahead and spray down the counters. I like to use the Myers spray when I'm cleaning just because it smells so good. And so I use that, and I use a few different products as well. But I like to clean down the cabinets as well because y'all know when they brushing teeth and stuff like that, it splatters. And just those cabinets deserve a good wipe down. So make sure you're not missing that when you're cleaning. Same thing goes for the shower. I wipe down the towels. I often get soap scum because I have a lot of shower gels that I leave up there for guests. So I went ahead and took all those out, sprayed them down, scrubbed all the scum up, and went ahead and got that refreshed for the next use.
Or is there some place that'll make her feel better? Make her feel better. And that's where she'll go.
Now we're on to the fun part, you guys, the toilet. I am a stickler about toilets, you guys. I clean toilets so much in my house just because I do not like a dirty toilet. I don't like for guests to come and lift that toilet seat up and it's a mess. And so that's something that I frequently clean. I do get these Clorox cleaners. They're, I don't know the name of them, wands. They're wands. They're the Clorox wands. And you just hook the little sponge on the end of it and you scrub the toilet with it. It foams up and all of that good stuff. But don't forget to wipe that caddy down that holds that, because if you're not using it on a daily basis, of course, it's collecting dust easily. And so I go ahead and I wipe that down as well. Now, I use a bunch of Clorox wipes around this house, or just disinfectant wipes necessarily, not necessarily Clorox. So I do go ahead and wipe down the toilet with that as well so that I can throw it away and I'm not having to keep a towel or anything like that. I did put on gloves for this process. Make sure you're cleaning the base of that toilet. I mean, I have littles and men in the house, so we have to make sure that we're cleaning the base, baby. You got to get around there because they don't always have a perfect aim. And so get down there. Don't get afraid to get dirty and clean it. Clean that toilet seat as well, because it's just high usage. It's getting used when people are using the bathroom typically. So just wipe it down. Don't be afraid to get in there. Like I told you, I don't necessarily have to use gloves, but for video purposes I did, and also because it's the guest bathroom and I know it's not my bathroom. So downstairs I would have not used gloves. But let's get into it with this wipe. Let's go ahead and clean it all up, honey. Don't miss a spot. Now we're moving on to the mirror. I like to use that spray foam. I'm going to link everything below because I don't know the names off the top of my head, but that foam gets it clean and clear with a paper towel really quickly, and so I do all of the mirrors in the house using that foam. So one tip that I learned from a cleaning channel that I watch is that when you're doing the floors in the bathroom, don't necessarily use a mop. And I did realize how mops really just push things like hair around and things like that. Even if you swept, you still have those little things left on the floor. So I wipe the entire floor with a wipe or multiple wipes. And then I come back and I sweep and mop again. But you got to get on your hands and knees, you guys, because like I said, around those toilets, that's where the odor is staying. That's where it's living and thriving because people don't normally get down there. I clean the baseboards on my hands and knees because that's not something that I have to do very frequently. But when I clean the bathroom, I do like to use wipes and get on my hands and knees. We're going to wrap it up here for day one because it is a 2-day process. And so after I cleaned those floors, I was done, honey, and I wrapped it on up and took myself a shower and got in the bed for the evening. Now we are back, you guys, with day 2, and we are finishing up in the kitchen. I went ahead and took those dishes out of the dishwasher, made sure I had them all dry before putting them in the cabinets. And then I also went ahead and I used those bottles that we washed yesterday. So I washed them because they were fresh from Amazon yesterday. So we're filling those up using the Sam's lemonade that I got. I love this lemonade, you guys, but it only comes in the big sizes. And so I went ahead and poured that in there so I can grab and go when going to work this week. So these bottles do come with tops that you push down and they have a seal on them. So when you open them up, you can break the seal or they'll come off if you just gently remove it. But they do sell the tops or the lids on Amazon as well. So whenever you're restocking, if you want to break the seal every time, then just go ahead and order those lids. And so it'll be a fresh lid on there every single time.
You do it, we do it all the time. Pushing the buttons until we both lose our mind. Why can't we let ourselves play it safe just for a while? Cause baby, I know it, you know it, we know it. Deep inside, we too addicted to friction to change our mind. We so in love, but babe, it's not enough to survive. Cause it's your way, love, 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 that makes us do all the stupid shit that we do. All of the stupid shit that we do. No, it ain't love, love, love.
And next we're filling up using some Golden Peak tea. You guys, I love the Golden Peak tea. It is the 0 sugar, so it's their diet tea. And it tastes just like regular sweet tea to me. So if I can cut those calories, I do. I go ahead and get that diet tea because it is so good, you guys. So if you haven't tried that, make sure you try it. It is a good alternative for those that are trying to cut back on sugar. And if you love sweet tea, I'm telling you, you cannot tell the difference. It tastes like regular sweet tea. It does not taste like the false sugar.
So I do it to get on your nerves. Cause I know that you really hurt. So tell me, is it love, 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 love when you're provoking jealousy? Like you're always testing me. Tell me what that is, tell me what to fix. Cause baby, I do it, you do it, we do it all the time. Pushing the buttons until we both lose our mind. Why can't we let ourselves play it safe just for a while? Just for a while. Cause baby, I know it, you know it, we know it. Deep inside, we need help with these bad habits and foolish pride. We so in love, but babe, it's not enough to survive. Cause it's your way, love, love, love.
And don't we love how this looks in the refrigerator? It's giving full aesthetics. Now, I didn't get the rest of my refrigerator because it isn't on board with aesthetically pleasing yet. But as you can see, these are cute. They're clean. They give you clear vision of what you're getting. Easy grab and go. I love it. So if you're interested, those will be linked down below as well. So now that we've gotten that wrapped up, we're going to go ahead and get back to the cleaning. Now the stair banister. You guys, clean your stair banister. If you have a stair banister, make sure you're cleaning it, because especially when those littles are going upstairs, they're grabbing that rail and no telling what is on those hands. Also, if people are coming in and going upstairs, all that traffic, everyone's grabbing the rail. So you want to just make sure that you're cleaning that so that nobody gets sick and you can just eliminate those germs. I do wipe the boards there as well, just because I like that whiteness. And so I don't want to see, you can see any type of crumb or anything that's left on there because it's so white. And so I do wipe those prior to wiping down the railing. Now, this is major key, you guys. Make sure you are wiping down your light switches. So this is something that's often overlooked by people. And if you go through your house and you just look, you will be surprised at how much dirt accumulates on the light switches. Because just think about how many times we are touching those on a daily basis. They easily get dirty. Anything on your hand will get onto those. And same thing for those doorknobs. Wipe those doorknobs down. We're not trying to be sick all fall, all spring, all winter, all anything. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the living room with the vacuum. I do mop and sweep around the rug, but for that rug, I like to go ahead and get it clean. And then I move the furniture around and get it clean underneath there as well. Because like I said, when you have those littles in your house or just company, things tend to fall underneath the furniture, and you want to make sure that you're getting all that up so that you don't attract any ants or anything like that. I'm a stickler about my living room sofa. I always want it to look like no one's actually sitting in there or living in that area. And so I'm always going around fluffing those pillows up. So a part of the reset, of course, I will fluff those pillows and spray them so that they smell fresh. I do take the covers off occasionally and wash them after high usage. I like to spray down my curtains because if you haven't realized, I'm big on smell. I am huge on smell. And so anything that is affecting that, I have to make sure it's clean. That includes taking out the trash. So go ahead and get that trash out. I then go ahead and sweep downstairs. You guys, I have dark hardwood floors, and so you will be surprised at just how much dust is collected or how much you can see. I mean, a salt grain you can literally see on the floor. So I go ahead and I sweep all of my downstairs because I don't have any hardwood upstairs. But I go ahead and sweep all that before I get that mop ready. Now with that mop water, we got to boil it, you guys. Boil that mop water, add you in a little bit of Downy Calm just because of the scent. And I use some wood soap. Not a lot because it does foam up if you use too much. But make sure that water is hot, stir it well, and then let's get to busting these floors down, you guys. I love a freshly mopped floor. If you do not have one of these old cedar mops, I'm telling you, invest. Yes, everybody's using them, but there's good reason. They are so convenient. No more bending over, wringing that mop out. Your hands stay dry. You don't have to put it in the water. I'm telling y'all, I love it. You can also order replaceable heads off of Amazon. I do replace the heads every so often, but you can wash the ones that you have. But I like to wash them and replace them and put them in a rotation. Now, this is how I wrap up my cleaning. You guys are going to think I'm crazy, but like I told you, I don't like bugs. And so finishing off my cleaning, I go through and I spray all my baseboards. And so that's just how I am. Every Sunday, I put it in rotation. Therefore, I know I've taken care of it for the week. And I don't have any bug issues in my house. So anything not included in this video is the daily living space. And I typically clean it on a daily basis. So that is pretty much it, and that is how I reset my house on the weekend and get ready for my week. I hope you enjoyed.